Each teaching in the morning, we've got assignment to work on. And then we also have a book that you have to read within the hour and also comment on the book, which means that those 3 hours really is not even enough. So you've got to maximize every time you have. And after that, to know that you have to hand in your assignment before 8 o'clock, which dinner starts at 6:30. Which means that really you've got to hand it in at 6:30, or else you miss dinner. So really it's not 8 o'clock. And that was very challenging. But if you can put yourself through that experience is not like a seminar where you don't have to give back anything. But with this, you're actually giving back what you're being taught in implementing it. And so it means that if you do that, you don't go away forgetting anything, because it's like a hands-on. And so that means that you're taking something away with you which can never leave you, because it's something that you have literally practiced. By doing those assignments, you're actually practicing, and which is different to like a seminar, because you just take the booklet and you go home. But you don't take the booklet, manual or booklet, and walk away here. You actually have to do something.
Like exams, tests.
Tests, assignment. And in the process of doing it, it remains with you. Because in the process of doing it, you're searching within you, you're bringing out, you're thinking, your mind is being renewed, your heart is being renewed. All of your being is involved in it. And that helps it to remain inside of you. And with that, it can't go away. Especially since in the evenings as well, after teaching in the evening, you got assignment. I was up most days until 4 a.m. And then I've got to wake up again at 6 o'clock, or else I miss dinner. Or you miss breakfast, you see?
Yeah.
So
Pastor Sunday asked me, was I fit? Am I suffering jet lag? This is not jet lag. This is conference lag. And this is not conference. You can't calling this a conference or seminar is false advertising.
Exactly.
This is boot camp.
Boot camp, that's it.
Or open heart surgery. It's the information by itself is impactful. The information by itself is revolutionary.
True.
But the way this information is put in, you purposely designed this conference, this boot camp training with some impossible constraints. And I don't know if I'm revealing some trademark, but you call it 2 ounces or 2 grams of pain to prevent 2 tons of anguish. And I think 2 ounces or 2 grams of pain might be describing it a little. It's a little more than 2 grams, but sometimes it felt pretty heavy. But the point is we put ourselves under constraints. Everybody's grown, but some of these rules. When I looked at the rules on the form, I thought, well, he's talking to those people. He's not talking to me. That's not going to happen.
I am the bishop.
I'm the bishop. People wait on me. I have a man who carry my bag. But that pressure, and I began to embrace it. And the Lord will set me up because He kept my bag away for 4 days.
Nobody's gonna carry it. No bag to carry.
No bag to carry. And I really had to submit myself, and I was determined from the first day, because the first session let me realize that this is something you have never heard. This is input, insight that you've never realized, except I knew I was close. Some of the things that you were saying I had been saying, but I never put it together. I was stabbing around at it, but I could not get it. And so when you start filling in the gaps, if you had said you have to stand on your head to get the rest of this information, I would have gotten it upside down, because I knew it was filling in the gaps for me, so that when I went back, I could make the thing work in the fashion that I had never seen it work except in my heart and mind.
So she was talking about the schedule, about the format of the
You said boot camp. You
Boot
said
Yeah,
camp.
spiritual boot camp.
Yeah.
So what will you? Because your comment on the format of the whole thing, is it totally different from our church thing?
When I think conference, I think one seminar or one group meeting and maybe a workshop, and then 4 hours of free time where you get a chance to visit the city and commune with nature and sleep late. None of that. This was up early with assignment. You had to turn your assignment in first thing. You start with completed work, which meant 8 o'clock. Everybody was up at 6 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, doing the work so that they could turn it in. And I did some of my best work that never got recognized because it got in at 8:01 or 8:02, and at 8 o'clock I got an email back said, "You didn't turn in your assignment." But I'm working on it. Well, it's 8 o'clock. and I accepted that because it was not to impress the class. I got the information. But I'm a competitive person. So I was bound and determined to make sure my work was done. And that pressure that I put on myself because of the constraints of the meeting, you purposely put constraints in that meeting. Because constraints is when we feel the constraints, it is what helps us perform. If there were no constraints in this meeting, we would have performed at half or a third of the level that we performed at. We would have got a third of the information that was here. And the design was for us to get a large portion of this information, so much so that it really has become a part of our lives.
So what would you tell somebody who has never experienced this before? You said you've never experienced anything close.
Never experienced it before.
How will you describe it to people, who like you, who is trying to say, what was it all about?
I would say it's not for the milk and gentle. It is not. It is actually a real spiritual boot camp. But if you want to achieve greatness, if you've come to a point in your life and you're thinking, what next? And I think this is for you. Okay. Because this will take you to the next level. And not just the next level, this will take you to eternity if you can apply it. So if you're in a place and you're asking yourself, what do I have to do next? I have done all I think I have tried to do. Or you're in a place where you think you've arrived. Because that was one thing in the workshop where you get to a place, where it says reevaluate your life, and you think you're satisfied with what you have. This actually tells you that you haven't actually achieved anything yet. It makes you see that you have not achieved anything yet. So if you're a person that you think you have reached, you're satisfied with where you are, then this definitely is for you. Because this brings out and let you know that everything you have done, you haven't started yet. You haven't achieved greatness. Because if you're a person where you think you're satisfied, that means that you're not a history maker. A history maker, or one who wants to bring change, or one who wants to be great, is one who says, what's next? I've got to do something else. I finished with this project, that's it. I need the next project. I need to carry on. I need to enlarge my camp. Then this is for you.
This is not a seminar. This is an experience.
An experience.
That's what it is. This is an experience. Because the uniqueness is, one, the information, but two, the way it is delivered. So you thought that whole thing through. It is for me to come away changed at a fundamental level. And I would say to someone considering this, the weak need not apply. The meek need not apply, or the timid need not apply. This will demand, because your philosophy here is, and I've heard from several people, that timidness is not rewarded here. Initiation is rewarded. Yeah. And it brings people to another level of initiation, because the philosophy, the key behind this is not for us to gain information. The philosophy behind this is for us to go and gain access to the kingdom and then penetrate that access into this culture. And you have to be bold as a lion to do that. And so this is lion training here.
Exactly.
It's almost like there's raw meat given to us when before we had it served up. So I think this is a life-changing experience.
Wow. Well, it's been nice having you, Bishop Ed Pisho from Chicago and Angela Oko from London, England. And I want to just say thank you for coming and thank you for sharing with our viewers your experience in the Ukraine. And I really hope that this piece of the program will go a long way to opening the eyes of our brothers and sisters, and that they will believe God to go higher, go for all that God has in store for them. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and we will be bringing more from Ukraine to you, and so that you just experience what God is doing in this ministry. May the Lord bless you. Have a wonderful day.
300 Christians needed to change the spiritual temperature of this nation forever. Are you one of them? The Bible says creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. For this end time, you don't have to be a pastor or someone in a leadership position in a church to be part of this great move of God. All you need is a genuine hunger for the kingdom of God to be established on earth. Pastor Sunday Adelaja, the pastor of the largest church in Europe, the Embassy of God, is initiating a move of God in this nation called the History Makers Bible School. The History Makers Bible School takes place only on one Saturday every month to equip you for the next level. It will also be a good opportunity to network with like-minded Christians. You will receive tried and tested keys to church growth and pastoring without tears at the Emmanuel Center, 9 to 23 Marsham Street, Victoria, London, Southwest 1P 3DW. Registration is £40 per session. To register, call 0798 114 6157 or email admin@hmbsuk.org or visit the website at www.hmbsuk.org. Whatever you do, don't miss this move of God. Call the number on the screen now to register. Remember, you were called for a time like this.